First of all, hi, Reggie Whitley here, episode 2, and I am not by myself. Of course, I am here with Shontal Bettis Brown.
Hola.
So excited about today's show, Shontal. It is one of those things where episode 1, our original, if you watched us Tuesday, if you didn't watch us, go back and watch it. Find it. It's on YouTube, all the streaming platforms. Give us a like, share, and a comment if it's on social media. Now, if you watched it, I did mention that that was our second season premiere recording. Our first season premiere recording was actually the pop culture review, which, I've made it very much known that is my favorite type of show. It's a pop culture review. Because I just love giving commentary on what's going on in the world of pop culture. And so we, of course, if you heard our trailer, we are dedicating Thursdays of this show. Instead of doing pop culture review, we're going to do one thing that is happening or has happened in pop culture currently or past and give insight to it. Because a lot of this stuff really applies to everyday people. Just sometimes we can't see it because it's a celebrity. So this is one of those things where I was like, our pop culture review, I said, we got to trash it. That stuff happened so long ago. And how can we have pop culture review without talking about Jada Pinkett Smith? I guess she found out we were going to put out season 1 premiere pop culture review and she wouldn't include it. And she was like, let me up ante. Because she's been cutting up since we recorded it. So before we get started, I'm just going to go ahead and play this clip. Shontal has not seen it, but it is from TikTok, and it is Earthquake explaining why Jada Pinkett Smith does not love Will Smith.
Is that why you felt like Jada Pinkett don't love Will Smith?
Yes.
Do you feel like that sincerely?
Because a woman that loves you would never allow you to make that catastrophic decision. Even if it was for her advantage. She would stop you. She's ready.
She kind of like sicked him on him, right?
Well, not only...
You can't say that, but allegedly.
I mean, not only sicked on him, she endorsed it by not stopping it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the capability of stopping it and you don't, that's endorsing it.
And I agree with Earthquake. Because we as women, some people fail to understand the amount of, just like with a child, the amount of enforcement. I'm not going to say the amount of, what word am I looking for? Influence that we have on a person. That's just like with our kids. Prime example, if you ain't going to act a certain way because you don't want your kids to be affected by the way you act. So with that being said, that's just like if I know I got a hot-headed child, I'm not going to pop off because I know my kids going to jump in it. You see what I'm saying? My kids going to come. They're going to be ready to fight just like mama ready to fight. And with Jada, I totally get him because it was like you laughed and you made it seem like at that time that it was an issue with you. But she never grabbed Will and told him or stood up and said, no, Will, stop. No, Will, stop. I won't say, well, due to the fact that everything she got going on now, I don't know what that sister be on. Like, the things she's been saying about him in the blogs and this go way beyond. And for me, it's like the slap was just you're coming out of you don't give a damn. Because this is months later. Is it been a year? It's a year later, right? Yeah, it's been a year. So now it shows why you didn't stop him. Because you didn't care what consequences came behind his actions anyway. Because you didn't care what happened to him.
But to that, though, she has said that she thought it was a skit. She thought it was a part of the show until Will came back and sat down and said what he said. So could
But
that be? Because I'm sure if she were to hear that, she would say, "Well, no, I didn't stop him because I thought that this was a part of the show."
but where they are now, where they are now, the stuff that she's been putting out now, a year later, is it that? Or so you don't care about this line? He lost a lot behind that slap. A lot. And so a year later, you want to come back and all of a sudden you reminiscing on Tupac. He should have slapped you. I'm sorry.
We don't condone domestic
I
violence or
don't
violence with parents.
condone it. I don't condone it, but he should have slapped her with a load of bread. It wouldn't have hurt him.
Just slap her with
Or
divorce papers.
yeah, with papers or with throw some oil on them. Probably really would have been burning in, but I mean that's neither here nor there. But it goes to show a year later when this slap happened, and now all of a sudden you out here in the streets, you back reminiscing and loving Tupac like everything just happened. Like how long Tupac been gone?
You know, it doesn't matter how long he's been gone. When he left, he had a fiance who wasn't Jada Pinkett Smith. He was never
It,
romantically
it,
involved, allegedly, with Jada Pinkett. Um, they didn't look at each other like that, and rumor has it they weren't even as close as she's making it seem. But I was saying, well, if we just take out what I just said, because I was going to say something, but then I'm like, okay, but is she really that in love, or is this whole Tupac thing just fake, a fiasco? Just pretend that it's real. Her
or is she
love.
okay mentally?
Oh,
Because
I
she
don't
done
think.
had a lot of round red table talks, and I loved her show for a while. But it's just recently I'm like, who is this lady? Like,
But
who is she?
I'm sitting here thinking about how even with the whole Tupac thing, she keeps bringing it up. She keeps talking about it, but she has a husband. She had an entanglement with a man, and she told this man on camera that she got a lot of closure from her relationship with Tupac during their entanglement, which is why she went into that with him. I don't know how that happened, how that worked out, but it makes me think this is a married woman that we're talking about. Why is it? Because she's not the only person who is very reminiscent of an ex who's married. You know, they're married and they're still thinking back to their ex. They're still in love with their ex. And you know, Tupac ain't really her ex. Um, why is it that some people think that it is okay on either side? On either side. Because we've even heard stories of men who compare their wives, their current wives, or even their current girlfriends to their ex-girlfriend, their ex-fiance, their ex-wife, or their ex-boyfriend.
Soul
And so
ties.
talk
Soul
about it.
ties, no healing. Soul ties and no healing. I'm gonna tell you something, and I think we have discussed something like this one time before. And you know, I'm big on the Juanita Bynum snow sheets. The old Juanita Bynum. No,
Thank
let
you.
me
Because
just
you
say
know,
that.
boy, I was sitting here saying, "Ooh, do I say
The,
something? Do I not
no,
say
you
something?"
don't have to say nothing. I got it. But she spoke about something, having residue, basically having residue of your ex. There's still some type of residue when you do stuff like that. People aren't healing to heal. People heal to get over that emotional part, or just take the slack. And while you trying to do that, and that's why I need y'all to take the bandages off, get the book, go get the book, take the bandages off, because I actually spoke about this. You would get somebody, bring somebody in something that you ain't even healed from. And now you want this and want that because really, to be honest, you could have that. Either you could have that love even better and more. Either you didn't wait or either you didn't heal. It's one of the two. And majority being you didn't heal. And so you tend to compare because that's your way of saying you missed that. And that's a particular thing that you miss in that person. That you're not getting from your new boo thing or whatever, new wife or whatever the case may be. And then that's why it's so, especially with marriage, you have to be so, people laugh when I say this. But even though I missed a few points here and there, missed a few bullet points in my prayer list with God regarding my husband, people, you have to literally go to God, like write it down on a sheet of paper, bullet points as to what you want, what you expect, and what God has for you because of what He wants you to have. Because if you don't, and you get to compare, okay, well, Pookie used to take the garbage out, or Nick used to pay all the bills in the house. I didn't have to do this, or I didn't have to do this. You're not gonna get there with everybody. You have to be strategic with what you ask God for. And a lot of y'all ain't out here asking God. A lot of y'all asking y'all things between y'all legs and want to feel like what's jumping. Or a lot of y'all just looking at the cars that they drive and what they got and not understanding that you may have the qualifications, but you don't have the emotional needs. You can be in a tuxedo or suit, and when you get in the house, you be in a parchment outfit in all orange because you're a beater, you're disrespectful, you're all it. And the grass is not always greener on the other side. And so that's why so many people, I feel like Jada just never healed. She never healed and she never got over a lot in it. And, you know, and like it's not just Jada, but just people in general. Like you say, they compare because they want this and they want that. But guess what? That's something you should have went to God for. You should have wrote that thing down. Try to get every nugget you could to what to pray for. So now you got residue, and you looking for what was in Tim with Paul. Ain't gonna happen. Well, you looking for Paul and Saul. Don't get me
Well,
started, Reggie.
because I was just sitting here thinking, Timothy, like Paul and Timothy in the Bible, and you said Saul, she
I'm
being a
just
wife.
saying.
So, it makes me think also though. So tell, especially when they've been out here busting open for a real, because it gets to be a little bit harder to let go, especially when you get your next. How is it, would you say, that they should? Jada's on the phone. How are you gonna tell Jada, you gotta get over Tupac. This is what you need to do.
Okay, Jada. Hi, Jada. How you doing? First of all, my name is Shontal Brown, and I just wanted to talk to you for a second. First, first we need to have prayer because I need you to feel what I'm about to say. And second, I need you to be able, because I just want you to be open to constructive criticism. Get over the nigga. He dead. It's been 20 years. You done married Will Smith. You done had 2 kids by this man. You done built a fortress, like house, land, movies. You have built a whole life with somebody, but in the back of your head, as Will Smith, and I can just see him now in Bad Boys, looking like a look of some, as the kids may say, which is good. Husband, no disrespect. I promise you. You get credit to what credit's due. Jada, I need you to honor your husband, baby. I need you to understand that you need to get over. It's been over 20 years and y'all weren't even in a relationship. If he loved you so much, he wouldn't have been engaged to somebody else and y'all wouldn't have separated. Maybe you need closure.
She got that from August Alsina, apparently. They had their
Yeah,
affair.
she say she did, but you can't get closure from another man that what you that don't even make no sense. You can't get closure from one dude in a whole nother body with a whole nother mindset, with a whole nother look, a whole nother flow from a man that's in the ground, 6 feet under. Just don't happen. So I need you to hear. I need you to go, really seek God, not no, um, not no Buddha, not no old, not no, um, nothing, none of that. No burning of the candles, no sage. I need you to let this stuff. No yoga. You need the good book. I had it on my table, and my kids the moved. You need the good book. You need to go and you need to ask God to heal you. And then you need to apologize to Will. Because see, now you have damaged that man mentally. And I don't care what he says, he is damaged goods.
And then it also makes me wonder with this whole thing, because my mind just keeps going back to the people who have come out who were close with Tupac, who said, like I said earlier, they were never romantically involved. Tupac was not even into her like that. She seems to be very distraught over, I don't even know over what. I don't know if she's distraught because Tupac died. I don't know if she's distraught because they never got to where she wanted them to get to. I don't know if she's
That's
distraught
it.
because,
That's it.
she's
You
even
just hit it.
said, I just found out yesterday that she told Will on the Red Table Talk, because, I didn't really watch the show, but she told Will they were talking about how she was crying walking up the aisle getting married. Not because she was happy. She did not want to get married. Um, but it makes me say,
Do
has
what?
you didn't see that? I'm gonna play the clip. She said that she was crying. She was sad. She didn't want to get married.
Let's talk about the wedding. I was like, I never wanted to be married.
I don't remember that. I remember feeling very strongly and wanting you guys to be married. I do remember that.
Yes.
But I don't remember your rejection of the idea of marriage. I remember the rejection of the idea of a wedding.
I didn't want a
but
wedding
not of
either.
She didn't want it,
I was
yeah.
like, I don't want to get married. And now Gammy done gone to Will crying about, I don't want to have a wedding. And now I'm being forced to have a wedding. So upset that I had to have a wedding. I
Yeah.
was so pissed. I went crying down the freaking aisle.
Getting married,
Getting
yeah.
married. Cried the whole way.
Oh no. See, now I know you ain't love me.
So, yeah, the woman literally said, and your face
Yeah.
tells it. The woman literally said, with Will sitting there, laughing, but he was sitting there, that he didn't want to get married. She was crying all the way up the aisle because she didn't want to get married. Um, and then she goes on in the same interview to say that she didn't want to get married. She got pregnant, so her mom pressured her to get married to Will. So, you
And how
know,
much money you got?
but that doesn't matter though. I'm trying to figure out, even if they didn't have no money, why are you, because even with the bigger picture with everybody, not everybody, but the people who can relate, why are you, first of all, would you have said that to your husband even if it were true? That's what I want to know. Would you have said that to your husband even if it were true?
Heck no.
Because I
I'm
think that
clutching
that's very
across.
disrespectful.
I'm clutching across. Because that's the only thing that's going to save her at this point. She needs to be on the cross. She needs to be with the blood. It's certain things you just don't say.
In
And
front
it's
of their
certain
daughter,
things.
she was at the table also. I know y'all just saw the video, but just need to add, their daughter.
Like, that's why folks be jacked up. That's why they be jacked up. Prime example, right there. Jacked up.
And has she
Just
lied
jacked
to
up
herself
for
so
every
long,
reason.
lied to herself so much
That she
that now
believe in her own lie.
she believes that she was in love with Tupac and they had this.
But let's go back to this wedding. So not only, see, this is where I have an issue with when women say that, when people say that. So you get in a marriage, you not only have one child, you have 2 kids. You build a whole platform together. You could have left at any given time, and you still decided to stay.
Oh, okay, I can see why you brought up the money because it's one of those things where there are some which you should not stay for money or anything. But there are some who are married to celebrities and they're lesser known and they stay for the money, they stay for the lifestyle. But although Will does have far more than her, I mean, she ain't a greeter at Walmart, you
Let
know.
me call her back. Call her back right now.
Get her back on the line.
Jada Boo.
Send my love.
I'm praying for you. I hope it all works out because what you just did, you just bled on that man for no apparent reason.
This
And
is
y'all
a
wonder why
very
he messed up.
this is a great this is a great example of why we should not make people idols. People have long idolized this couple. People have always said they want to be the Will and Jada. People have said, I want they want their Jada. They want their Will. Ooh, they are the Black Hollywood couple. They are the ones to look up to. That's what people have said. This
Oh,
is
and then for
why
the
we
slow ones
cannot
that didn't pray
idolize them.
for it.
People
And
have
then
prayed for what those people have.
and wonder why their marriage go the way that they go. Because didn't know how it was in the beginning.
They ain't even been living together for the past 6, 7 years. They got a divorce but no papers, she said. This is why you cannot idolize these celebrities, guys. That's one of the biggest lessons there.
It
This
is.
is why you cannot idolize these celebrities because we don't know what they do, what they're going through, who they really are.
Earthquake. He did better than me. I would have roasted her. Jada. I just ain't got time. God won't let me do it.
Because she got that cross around, but
Put on the cross. I just don't have nothing else to say.
I hope that Will heals. I hope that Will
And
heals.
then now I see why he's
Jada.
slanging that thing. Slanging that thing like he been slanging it like they say for all these years. Cause now she done bled on that man so tough and said that stuff. He trying to regroup his manhood. Cause you just made him this little, thinner than this sheet of paper.
Which is not the way to do it, guys, but it does explain. I didn't know he was, but it does explain because he's been very emasculated. We just want this to be a lesson. Don't idolize these celebrities. And everything don't have to be said. I'm sure as we can see he laughs, as we can see he jokes and all of that. But everything
That man probably
that's
was in a
laughing on the outside.
couldn't wait to get to a bottle behind the scenes. Let me take a shot.
So we're actually not done with Will and Jada. We have just a little bit more. But you'll have to come back next Thursday. We do part 2. Anything left to say, Shontal?
Am I gonna be able to take? But yeah, we do have something for her. I'm gonna call her back. I might need to go get my other phone.
So she might not answer from there.
Nah, she ain't gonna answer from this one no more. This one gone. So I'm gonna go get my other phone.
Amen. Well, guys, give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment. Let people know, hey, you need to watch The Awakening. They had something kind of interesting today. Let us know what you think about this whole Will and Jada thing. I know so many people are over it. Did you get her book? Did you read the book? Or did she talk enough to where you don't even need the book to find out anything else? Let us know in the comments, and we're very excited to hear from you again very soon. Goodbye.